Welcome to WagerTalk TV. I am Kelly Stewart, joined by Steve Merrill at Steve Merrill, as you can see, 2 R's, 1 L on Twitter, and Adam Trigger at Top Flight SI. Give both guys a follow. They give out tons of great information on the Twitter universe. Okay, Green Bay Packers +3 or 3.5, 3 minus 120. The WagerTalk odds screen is going nuts on this game at the San Francisco 49ers, total of 50. Steve, I'm going to go to you first. I honestly don't know what to make of this game. I have been to a ton of Packers games living out here in Las Vegas on the West Coast, and I feel like the Packers could not win on the West Coast. And I said that on another show. Then my buddy Jason texted me, they are 2-9 on the West Coast. And I was like, I knew it wasn't just me. I've been to a ton of those losers. I got accused of being their bad luck charm. Maybe because I'm not going to be there, they can win this game. Looks like a lot of money is coming in on the Packers here. I think this is just a stay away game for me. I was not high on the Packers to start the season. I bet the Saints against them. I had the under last week, and their defense just gave up a ton of points to the Lions. That is not how I expected that game to go. I think this defense, both defenses actually could give up a ton of points here. I lean towards the over, but I think this is just a sit on the couch on Sunday afternoon and watch this one.
Yeah, well, I can understand the over. I mean, I think that makes sense. Green Bay, we know what they can do when Aaron Rodgers is clicking, and we did see that last week on Monday night with the 35 points. You know, I think the big question, Kelly, is what do we make of week one? You know, we always say that it's a semi-preseason week still, and obviously that was the case for Green Bay. They go out as a field goal favorite on a neutral field at Jacksonville, and they lose 38-3 to the Saints. The Saints had won the most games in the NFL the last 4 years, so it's not like that was a bad team. And then they go and take care of the Lions, who I think probably are somewhat of a bad team on Monday Night Football. I actually like Green Bay Monday night. I used it for my clients on WagerTalk.com, but this is obviously a huge step up in class. And one thing I will point out, well, a couple of things. First of all, you mentioned that line jumping around. It's been 3.5 all week. It's only a half-point difference, but that's a huge half-point difference because about 10% of the time in the NFL, a 3-point favorite is going to win by exactly a field goal. So when it's in this price range, about 1 out of 10 times the Niners are going to win by exactly 3. So that 3.5 makes a huge difference. If you like Green Bay, you take the plus 3.5 now if you can find it. If you like San Francisco, you definitely don't play it unless it's 3 because there are a lot of them readily available. So once again, I think those 3.5s are going to disappear because it brings up my second point. Green Bay looks very public this week. And of course, this weekend here on WagerTalk TV, I will have my Fade the Public NFL video, which has hit over 70% since I started it last year. And I don't know if Green Bay is going to be one of the top 3, but they're definitely in contention right now as we head into the weekend to make the cut. They're looking public this weekend, and that's why I do think come kickoff Sunday night, because this is the Sunday night game, you're going to see more 3s out there. So if you like Green Bay, you take the 3.5 now. If you like San Fran, you wait for the 3. Big question for me, once again, is which Green Bay team shows up. The one that got blown out in week 1. By the way, they were the third most public play that week. It didn't work out. Or the team that looked better against Detroit. But like you said, defense is suspect in both games. There should be some points. I'll point out also with San Francisco real quickly, Kyle Shanahan, 5th year there. You know, he went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago, went 15-4 overall, even though he lost the Super Bowl. His other 3 seasons in San Francisco, he's never gone better than 6-10. So also, what do we make of San Francisco? Are they a legitimate 2-0 team? They also played the Lions and a mediocre Eagle team. Big step up in class for both teams this week.
Yeah, Steve, I'm with you. Both teams have to step up this week to kind of see what's going to be their season. I was not impressed with either one of these squads. Sure, you can beat up on the Eagles and you can beat up on the Lions. That being said, Adam, your thoughts on this matchup? Do you agree with me on the over? Are you with Steve that the Packers are going to be probably, if not the number 1, but number 2 public underdarling this week? Because he's absolutely right. That's how it's shaping up to be.
Cal, the Packers look like the dreaded square dog here. It definitely looks like the public is going to be on the Packers in this game. And especially in these primetime spots, I tend to look the other way when that starts to happen. I actually think this is a good matchup for the 49ers. I think they're going to run the ball all over Green Bay. The Packers' run defense has been atrocious through 2 games so far this year. And, you know, they sort of willed their way to win in the second half against the Lions. They didn't play particularly well in the first half. And, of course, the first game of the year was a complete abomination against the Saints. So the Packers are still a team I'm looking to fade. The other spot I think the 49ers are going to have some success here is getting after Aaron Rodgers. The Packers' offensive line hasn't looked very good either. And, you know, I think the 49ers have enough of a pass rush, and their defensive front 7 is good enough where they should abuse the Packers on the line of scrimmage here. The only real question for me with this game is, can I lay it? You know, I tend to try to not lay 3.5. I think I'm going to take Steve's advice and kind of wait here because I do think we see this one come down. On game day, if I can get 3, 49ers -3 at a reasonable vig, I think that's the only, I know that's the only way I would look here. And, I definitely think there's a good chance I get to the window with the 49ers -3. I just like the way they match up, and I think they run the ball over Green Bay and end up winning this game.
I'm going to do a little shameless plug here really quick of the show that I host, Bet On It. VR did give out the 49ers, but he said on the money line. Is that where either one of you, Steve, I'll ask you first. If Adam's talking about 3 -120, why not lay 165 just for them to win the game?
Yeah, and normally, I'd look to play just dogs on the money line, Kelly, and I think that's actually a good long-term strategy if you're playing underdogs in the NFL, split a little on the point spread on the plus money. But in this situation, if we're all right about Green Bay being a very public dog, especially come Sunday night, you're going to probably get the favorite on a discounted money line price. And we see this often in the Super Bowl as well. It's one of the few times we're playing favorites on the money line, you do get a discount. And once again, even at -3, there's still a 10% chance it lands on that number. So unless you can get 2.5 or less, it does make kind of some sense to play San Francisco because you're probably going to get a discounted price on the money line, especially near kickoff on Sunday night.
Yeah, I'm with you, Steve. I do think that because they're a public dog, that means that the public will be betting the money line as well. We've already seen this one drop 10, 15 cents, depending on where you like to shop. Adam, what is your threshold when you're betting money line favorites? Now, money line dogs a little bit different. It's very rare that I get to the window with anybody maybe over 140, but here I might be persuaded just to lay 160 or so with the 49ers.
Cal, our friend Patrick and I tried to work out the math on this the other day. I asked him this question. He works at one of the sports books in town, and we decided that the -155, -160, -165 range in football makes more sense than laying like -120. Or what a lot of the books do is juice that 3 up to -130. So yeah, personally, I'm absolutely looking to play the money line here. I don't always give out -165, -170 plays as client plays because I know the tolerance for laying that juice is not everyone has the same tolerance to be able to lay -160, -170. With that being said, I definitely think that's the way to play it. If you're looking at a -3, -125, or like a -160, of course, shop around. You can probably find a discount on the money line at a certain book. I think I would almost always just tailor my bet amount so my risk amount is roughly the same. I'll play it to win a little bit less, and I'll just eliminate those points and get the team that I like simply to win the game.
All right, great stuff, gentlemen. Appreciate the little extra time there to educate our audience because that is what we do over at WagerTalk.com each and every single day. Head over to the WagerTalk YouTube channel, go in the search bar, and I guarantee we have a video on a team you're looking to learn a little bit more about.